Hi everyone, Shaman Chin here, and today I'm going to talk about serrations on your blade, and more specifically this is the cold steel Lynn Thompson Spartan blade. And on this blade you can see the serrations are serrated, like you can see the indentations on this side of the blade with the Lynn Thompson signature, but on this side it's actually flat, so it's flat grind, and on this side it's totally flat. There's no bevel at all, even on the edge. On this side there's a bevel. So I'm going to talk about whether serrations are good. This is going to be a short video compared to say my Victorinox blade, right? So here you have the Victorinox, and this is based on my own experience using both of this, mostly in the garden. As you can see, most of my vlogs I do a lot of gardening. So where serrations actually benefit is on fibrous material. So what I mean by fibrous material is something like a skin, cloth, meat, what else? Thread, rope. So the reason being is because if you look at these serrations, the blade itself, as if you measure it with let's say a measuring tape, and you go through the serrations, you will see that the edge itself actually is longer than what you get on a straight edge, right? So serrations for that blade length is actually longer because of all the indentations. So where it's good is when it cuts through fibrous material, when there's a lot of fibers, cutting through this is going to have less blade on those materials compared to a serrated edge. Now the disadvantage obviously, of course, is if you want to get a straight cut like this, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So let's take an example here. I'm going to fold this paper, okay, and then I'm going to cut it with my Victorinox. So you will see that getting a straight edge here is just like really easy, right? Because you're using it like a box cutter. But now on a serrated blade, if you do that, okay, if you do that and you try to get like a nice edge, you will not be able to get it so nicely done. Okay, let me see if it cuts through this. I just sharpened this, so it should be able to go through. Okay, the problem is that there we go. Okay, so you see here that you get the little teeth here. See those teeth? Okay, so the trick, okay, to get a straight edge, or rather a straight cut, is to actually just use one of the serrations or this tip here. Okay, you can see the tip here. Okay, you either use the tip or one of the indentations. Okay, then you put it here, and you are able to push it down if it's sharp, right? And it should be able to cut through the paper. Wait, let me see if I can get it right. So obviously, as you can notice, the problem is that you have to place it very specifically. You see, it's really hard to cut, and you just get a longer piece of paper, so you guys can see what I mean here. Okay, I'm going to get one of the serrations, and there we go. It's really straight, but you need to use one of the indented serrations. I use this particular one. If you fold it, you will also have the same concept. Okay, just use say this serration or this one, okay, whichever one you choose to use. You have to cut, and then you have to follow it through. Okay, and this of course requires a bit of attention on the paper, or you're not going to be able to follow that one serration. So as you can see here, it's an okay cut, but I mean, if I'm not looking at the camera and I'm cutting it really well with one particular serration hole, then I'm able to get a really nice cut. And now where this, like I said, becomes an advantage, right, is when you are cutting through cloth, right? Say you want to cut through cloth here, Okay, so I'm going to use this blade of mine, cut through. See, it's going to be difficult, right, to cut through. I need to saw it like that, but over here I not only saw it, but I can actually cut through it. Okay, so you can see here I'm cutting through the fiber, so the entire fiber will get cut. So there you go. So it gets cut, but you see it's very messy, right? But it's definitely more helpful. You can see a lot of cut test video. This is not exactly a cut test video. I'm just giving you my opinion, but you can just Google or find on YouTube on the cut test video on serrations on meat, on bags or whatever. That is basically whatever cut test, usually the serrations will have a deeper cut, right? And that's why serrations are really useful. And for me, I also have this edge, right? I forgot to mention that. So I have that small little edge here. I can actually do some cuts there as well. So if I really need a straight cut, then I will use this little edge to get sort of like a straight cut. Of course, like I said, manipulating it is not easy. So using like a knife like this as a backup tool, it's much more recommended than to use just purely a serrated edge, right? But for all intents and purposes, a serrated edge usually has the advantage, especially in the garden. If you guys want, please do comment down below, and I'll do a cut test in the garden when I'm chopping the branches and cutting off shrub, especially the grass, the what do you call that, monkey grass. I grab a bunch of them and just cut through them. This does a magnificent job. Now, before I end this video, I'm going to show you guys how I sharpen the serrated edge. I've already shown you guys how I sharpen a normal edge. I'm going to link that down below. Oh yeah, if you guys want to buy a knife like this, head on to Thomas Tools, use my code Thomas Tools at thomastools.com.my, use my coupon discount code ShermanChin. Okay, so how you're gonna sharpen it is just basically get a sharpening rod like this, and you're gonna sharpen each and every serrated indentation, right? So you're just gonna move it like this. I already sharpened it, so I'm not going to do that right now, but it's the same concept with how I did with my previous sharpening. I'm going to link the video down below. And then you can use a leather belt to stroke the little serrations as well. You can see here and get it in the same way as you sharpen it into the little serrated hole there. Then you just sort of like rub the burr away. Okay, so let's say you are doing this and the burr forms on the other side, okay, which is the flat side. You can also sort of do it the same way as you would what you call it, you would stroke a flat edge kind of knife without the plain edge knife, right? So you can also do this on sharpening stone, but I don't see the need to unless your edge has a bevel. So yeah, so I guess that's just a short video on how I use my serrated edge and what benefit it has. I think for me, from now on, I would probably just buy serrated edge knives for actual usage. Okay, I would stick to, let's say, my other kind of plain edge knives just for show, because like let's say I want a knife just for, you know, the looks of it, the design. I personally prefer, you know, this kind of sharp angles on a plain edge. But if I want to get a knife that I'm going to use, especially in my garden, I would totally go for a serrated edge like this Lynn Thompson Steel Spartan. So I guess I'll see you guys. Thank you so much, and please do give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and click that notifications bell. See you guys. Take care now. Bye.